What's up, guys? You're watching Startup Spotlight with Building Bellingham. My name is Sal. I'm the owner of the Oddities coffee shop and novelty store here in Bellingham. You should come check us out. We have awesome giveaways we do every single month. We also do giveaways on our IG, which you can find at Oddities NW. I would appreciate the support if you guys come and check us out. We also have a podcast called the Oddities Podcast, which you can watch on YouTube. We give away $30 Amazon gift cards and stuff for the store as well if you submit questions to the podcast, and we read and answer your question that you submit. You can also listen to us on iTunes under Oddities Podcast as well.
First of all, tell me about other businesses.
Well, my main business is selling on Amazon.
Cool.
I started that out of college. I was a broke college student, didn't want to go to grad school, student loan debt, and then I went to, I moved back in with my parents. This is during the 08-09 recession.
Yep.
And when everything burst, and then I just took $300. I opened up a business bank account. I was waiting tables in my friend's restaurant. I started going to garage sales and thrift stores and just buying stuff and flipping on eBay and Amazon. I would watch YouTube videos on what to look for. I'd go to these garage sales stuff. I would scan things on an app that would show me what it's selling for on Amazon so I could see if it's profitable.
Wow.
And then that started with $300, and I did that, and within 8 or 9 months, it turned into $9,000.
So what was the first thing you bought?
Books off Craigslist.
Books off Craigslist.
Yeah, some lady
Wow.
was selling a whole box of books for like $20, and I went and bought them, and I sent them in, and the first day they hit there, one of them sold. The first day they went live on Amazon, because all my inventory goes directly to Amazon's warehouse, and then they store it and ship it to the customers. So after the first 8 or 9 months, that $300 turned into $9,000. And then I started going into Toys R Us, Walmart, Target, wherever, buying up their clearance, and then flipping it normal retail on Amazon. That market is now saturated, so that's not a really good way to go about it anymore. But from there, the next year, the first full year, I made $40,000. So I went from $300, and I had such horrible credit that no banks would give me a credit card or student loan, or a loan or anything.
Yeah.
So it was literally that $300 just flip, and the money from waiting tables paid my bills. And then the third year I made, it was first 2.5 years, it was like $72,000. I started doing wholesale, private label in China, importing products. And now 6.5, almost 7 years in now, I have we're moving into a 4,000 square foot warehouse. I got like 12 workers overseas. I got 3 or 4 here. And we did like 2.5 million in sales this year.
Awesome.
So then the money from that, I used to open this.
Yeah.
And so it just snowball, but that was the main thing that jump started everything. It kind of changed my life and then gave me the financing to do this.
So when you hear anybody that's like, oh, I need all these resources to start a business, you're sitting there quietly nodding.
Yeah, well, it depends on the business. Like this place costs $100,000 to get open.
Yeah.
Things are insanely expensive.
Yeah.
So that's if you have no credit cards and no bank's going to give you money, it's really hard. Because who's going to give you $100,000? Right? Yeah. No one. Unless you have a rich family or an uncle, someone dies. Like I don't know how to get $100,000. When I had terrible credit and I'm waiting tables, like no one's gonna give you the money. So depending on what the business is, nowadays it's great with Instagram and YouTube. You can start selling stuff very cheaply.
Yep.
So if you like to resell, it's so easy to go to a garage sale at thrift stores or just look in your house and just flip shit that you never mess with.
I used to do that in high school, but I probably wasn't even close to as good as you are at it. So how does the bell go off in your head when you see something?
Well, what you do is, so I used to have this little barcode scanner. It was on like a little rope around my neck, and I have my phone literally. You know how those when you go to work out in the gym, you have your phone.
Yeah.
And those one of those. So I'd have it strapped to my arm, and I'd have an app. There's ones like Profit Bandit was the first one I started using. Amazon now has their own app, which is whatever. And then this other one I use, Scoutify, and what it does is, you are in a store and you see something on sale, you scan the barcode, it pulls it up on Amazon, it shows you what it's selling for on Amazon, the sales rank, which indicates how popular the item is, and then you just put in your buy cost of what it's going to cost you to buy it, and it calculates Amazon's commissions and fees and shows you how much of a profit you can make if you bought it for this price and sold it for this one. So I just go around scanning everything, and and back in the day, they called it retail arbitrage, when you go into stores and scan all the retail clearance stuff.
Yeah.
But that's now low-hanging fruit, and Amazon is, older now than it was 6.5 years ago.
Right.
So that's the easiest way to get inventory, and because it's the easiest way, everyone does it. So the prices quickly tank, the market gets saturated, and it's hard to even make money doing that. I haven't done that in years.
So how did you adjust from there?
Everything I get now is online. So I have workers in the Philippines. We use software programs that they call it scraping. It will scrape a website, meaning it will scan Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, wherever, and it will take those products on the website and compare it to what it's selling for on Amazon and do all the calculations and then give you a printout of like, you can buy this product and make money. And then they put it.
That's convenient.
Yeah, it's really convenient.
Yeah.
And then they just literally buy it for me, and it ships to the warehouse. Like at this point in the game, I don't even know what I'm selling or buying anymore. In the beginning, the first few years, it was me doing all the legwork. And then as I made more money, I hired people to do it for me.
Yeah.
And then once I opened up this business, I'm like, all my energy needs to be here now to make this a success.
Because you don't need to have energy there.
I don't, and if you're going to grow your business, you have to hire people to run your current one and then move on to the next. So it's now my main Amazon business is all automated. Like I have other people that find the product, they buy the product, it gets shipped to my warehouse. I have workers that then box it up, list it for sale on Amazon, ship it off.
Wow.
So I don't even know. I have automatic repricing programs. So I'm pretty hands off with it. Before I opened this business, I was only working maybe 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
And we're doing like millions in sales.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how that started. So online arbitrage is what we do now. We scan websites because it's a little bit harder. And then we also have some products made overseas in China. And then wholesale is a huge part. What we do is we find products that are already selling really well on Amazon. We contact those companies. We're like, hey, we got a brick and mortar store. We sell on Walmart and eBay as well. We're interested in setting up an account to carry a product. They're like, okay, whatever, show us your reseller, permit your business license. They send us the wholesale catalog of pricing. We then do the comparison. How much do we buy it for? What's it selling for on Amazon? Is it profitable? And then we just place orders and build it that way.
Wow. So you're working 20 hours a week, and it sounds like before then you were used to working a lot more than that.
Oh yeah, I was working 100 hours a week for years, every day, all day. No, I love it. I'm obsessed.
When you were working 20 hours a week,
I did.
You got bored?
I did because I didn't know what to do with myself. I don't do well with leisure or time off, and I love to work.
Yeah.
Like, when you tell people who work a job that I work 100 hours a week, that sounds like death.
Yeah. And
it would have been when I was working. I've had many jobs. If I had to work 100 hours a week on any of those jobs, I would have never lived. I would have died. Yep. But when it's your own thing,
yep,
and it's what you want to do, you don't care because it's just fun and you enjoy it and it's all play. And it's very varied because sometimes I work in the coffee shop if I need to fill in for someone. Other times I'm doing the podcast, doing Instagram. We're coming up with new promos to run. Looking for new accounts to set up. I lately, the last few days, I've been doing more wholesale sourcing.
Okay.
So yeah.
So how did you come up with this idea? I mean, you clearly have a platform for this. Mm-hmm. That's what your other business is all these, a lot of these things, I'm sure. So how did you get to the point, besides not working 100 hours a week and saying, I got to fill that gap with something that I love to do? How did you start this? How did you come up with the idea? What was the inspiration?
Of the brick and mortar store, you mean?
Brick and mortar store, yeah.
So a lot, paying attention to the trends on Amazon, like I just said a few minutes ago, you used to be able to just go into Toys R Us or any store and buy up the clearance and the stuff and send it in and make some money. But then everyone else started doing it.
Right.
So as the market evolves, one thing we've noticed is other Amazon sellers that are contacting these companies to try to set up wholesale accounts. A lot of these companies are like, we're not really letting on any more Amazon sellers anymore, or we'll let you open an account, but only if you have a brick and mortar store. And also, when you sell on Amazon, you have all your eggs in one basket. They could suspend you,
right? And
then everything you've built is gone.
Right.
So it's just smart to set up multiple sources of income, and to have backup in case one of those goes down. So that was the reason why I wanted to stay ahead of the other Amazon sellers that I'm competing with, to have a leg up. So when I contact these companies, they're like, hey, we got a brick and mortar store, we got a podcast, a YouTube channel, we can do product demos, we also sell on Walmart.
So it gives them confidence that...
Yeah, so it sets us apart from other Amazon sellers, also just to set up a second source of income for myself. Mm-hmm. And so, just part of the journey of, trying to grow and set up multiple sources of income. And yeah.
So, and I love the setup. So for people that are watching this, you can't see where we are, but we'll do some more video on that. But so you've got your retail, and then you've got your coffee shop, and you have pastries as well.
Yeah, we just added the bakery downtown in Bellingham. We just started carrying their bagels for the first time today. So we got Avenue Bread, LaFine's, and the bagel place.
All the best. Right?
Yeah, so we got sweet and savory, and we got everything going on. So yeah, the idea of having coffee was, everyone's got a coffee shop. They're everywhere, but to combine it with retail, but then. So the thought process is this: I have my main Amazon seller account, which I just mentioned.
Yep.
A year before I even opened the store, I got permission from Amazon to set up a second Amazon seller account. Mm-hmm. So we're already doing about $50,000 a month in sales on the Oddities online. Mm-hmm. which is, it's nice because I'm not pressured to try to make this business profitable right away. It's really hard to make brick and mortar. Yeah. So the great thing is about my main Amazon business, I do enough sales and make enough money on that main one to cover all my overhead. So having coffee, but having those backup businesses, I offer the coffee, I sell it cheaper than you can get from the competitors across the street.
Yep.
Also, it's organic, but also I can then leverage it and like literally just give it away for free.
And it brings people to the store to come sit down.
Because I don't have to pull any profits from the Oddities Amazon account, and we're doing $50,000 a month in sales. So any of that profit, I can then just give away coffee for free to try to attract customers to the store.
Coffee.
Yeah, and good coffee.
Yeah.
And I can sell products super cheap, cheaper than you can get anywhere else, because I have it. The business is already making money. I don't need to have huge margins to pay my bills. It's already covered.
Brilliant.
So the coffee is I always had it in mind just using the coffee as leverage of like $1 espressos, free espressos, buy one, get one, just to get people in to start buying stuff in the store. Yeah. So the coffee was always just meant to be used as a promo tool.
Yeah, it's a great promo tool. Yeah. It's one thing if you have Folgers, but you have like good local
Camino
coffee.
Island organic coffee, some of the best coffee around. So yeah, that was the main thing with the coffee and retail, to use that, because if you're strictly a coffee shop, you have to make all your money from selling coffee.
Yeah.
But if you do coffee and retail and you sell online, well then I can almost give it away. Right. Because I don't need to just make money off coffee. Yeah. I got the online sales and the in-store sales, so I don't need it. So I can now give it away for free and hurt the competitors around me.
There you go.
Which is the main goal, is to take as much business away from them by offering a really good product, but cheaper than they can do it. And they wouldn't be able to compete with me on price, because all they sell is coffee. And they might have like pastries and stuff, but their main thing is coffee. So if I give it away for free, what are they going to do? Yeah, they can't.
So
they can't do it.
You have a three-legged business essentially.
Yeah, so there's multiple sources of income coming in to support. Now this brick and mortar store, I will say, hasn't been profitable since we opened. There's only been a handful of days, because we have to hit a certain number every day. And for me, that's the most exciting part of any business, because building up my main Amazon business, when you first start, like, does this work? Yeah. Can you actually do this? Is it gonna work? And you start doing it and you get a little bit of success, you're like, oh shit. Like,
this works.
You make a little cash. How big can we make this? Like, how do I take it to the next level? How do I build it? And you start doing it and it grows. You're like, oh my God, this is exciting. We're a couple years in, we're killing it. It's growing like crazy but then once you get to that point where you get so busy you have to then hire people, eventually you're now more and more hands off the more successful your business gets, because it's grown so big you can't run it all yourself. So now you have to delegate the jobs. And then you get to a point where you kind of plateau, where now I went from working 100 hours a week to 20. And now you lose kind of it's a cliche saying, but enjoy the journey to get to where you're at. Yep. And now that I've experienced that, after I hit that plateau, it's like, yeah, we're doing millions in sales, but I'm kind of just bored now.
Yeah, you need another project. You need something to have a passion project.
So now I'm passionate about trying to make this profitable.
Very nice.
And so I'm enjoying the process. I'm in it now. And I'm not stressed out, like, oh my God, we're not making, because I don't need the money now, because that's helping me. So I'm just really enjoying the process of trying to make this a success.
Your focus is not on being, it is on profit, but it's also mostly on doing it right.
Yeah, doing it right, enjoying it, but saying, can I do it? Because I had success online, and brick and mortar is really, really hard nowadays. Yep. So I want to see, was I just a one-hit wonder in that area? I'm very suspicious of leaders, gurus, coaches, anyone that's trying. I've known behind the scenes on a lot of these guys that you'll see at the conferences that are on stage. A lot of them are phony and fake, because I know a lot of the backstories on some of them. Yeah. Any business where someone decides to train you or teach you or sell you a course, you got to be really suspicious of jumping on board with that, because if it's a new business that you have no experience with, you're so ignorant that when someone sows a little bit of like knowledge in that area, a lot of people flock to it. They'll buy your webinar, your ebook, your training, not knowing, well, how'd this guy even get there?
How many times have they done it? How many different areas have they done it?
I mean, I could come and tell you right now, I'm a huge success. I own this brick and mortar store. We're doing, I could not tell you I have an Amazon account, but we're doing $50,000 a month in sales. Like, holy shit, you've been open 2 months, you're killing the game. How? Well, I got this class I'm doing this weekend. It's a conference. It's like $50 a ticket.
Yeah, come on.
You can start. And I've known people who are teaching people how to sell on Amazon, who are just full of shit. Yeah. And so I'm always so I want to be able to prove myself with online, with brick and mortar. Real estate investing is coming in 2020 this year, which we're in now. And then I have one more business I want to open up, which is going to be kind of, after that, it's going to be for nonprofit, like philanthropy work and stuff to help around town. So I want to prove to myself that I can make a brick and mortar business successful.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the journey I'm on right now.
So starting a business doesn't matter what it is or how much experience you have. It's always the same process. It's always a pain.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about the beginning to this. How did you pick the space? How did you decide on how much square footage? How did you decide on the layout? What was the process like?
Well, it was hard to find a location. Like, here's the thing that is obvious when I say it out loud. It's like, duh. But like, when you want to open a business, if there's no place for you to open it, you just can't open it.
Yeah.
Like, this was the very first spot I looked at, and I was like, I don't like it. There's not a lot of organic foot traffic. You can't really see it from the road. I just didn't like the location. So I was like, no, I don't want it. So we then spent 8 months looking at places that still didn't have great foot traffic. There was a place in Fairhaven, which I tried to get. It's right next where I think it's Edeline Dairy has it now, right next to the Warhammer shop, or Magdalena's Creperie. It's like right there, that ice cream shop. So it was me and like 3 others, including them. We all made an offer to the landlord. He went with the ice cream place. So I was like, damn it, that one. But that was literally half the square footage, you know. And so one day I was driving by and I saw this construction going on over here with the dorms, and I text my real estate agent. I'm like, what's up with this? What is that going to be? And he goes, oh, that's student housing for Wacom. I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, I'll take that spot.
Yeah.
And so then that's how we got, but that was after 8 or 9 months. And I was way behind schedule because I wanted this to open early 2019, and it didn't open until November 2019. Because I have a whole plan in my head, an over optimistic timeline of when I want things to happen.
You sound like a business owner.
Yeah.
Or what is it called? Delusional optimism.
Yeah, it's
I'm the same
true.
way.
Yeah, it's like, things take way longer than you think, way more money than you think. Square footage, to answer that question, I didn't really have a square footage in mind. I just kind of looked at the space and I was like, this looks big enough. I kind of envisioned it, what we could do. I had an interior designer design it. You know, we went over things and made some adjustments, but it's really hard to and very expensive. Like, people don't realize, like, just the amount, just to get permission from the city to start building or doing anything. You have to hire an interior designer, which costs you thousands of dollars to draw plans. They then have to give it to an architect, which will cost you thousands more. They then have to submit it to the city, which will cost you hundreds of dollars, and they're like, okay, you get approved. So it's like $5 to $6 grand before you even say, okay. Then you got to pay the flooring guy, the painter, the electrician. The countertop alone was 10 grand. All the shelves in here were like $35,000 to have them built. And it's just like insane money. But it's like, you don't realize how expensive and how everything costs. And then it takes time because you're like, all right, we're ready for the shelves to be built. And the cabinet guy's like, well, we're 6 weeks out. And obviously you can't get the countertop installed till the shelves are installed. So then the shelves, they design them and they deliver them, but they don't install them. Then you have to have your general contractor come in. Well, he can't do it for 2 weeks. They're like, okay, now we're ready for the counter. Well, they can't do it for another week or two.
Right.
And then it's just like,
it builds up.
Yeah. So I mean, I literally signed the lease for this place, I think, in April of 2019. We didn't open until November.
So in your timeline originally was early this last year.
Early 2019. Yeah.
And so what was you said November was it when it actually?
Did I lie? I feel like I wanted to open maybe 2018, but we didn't even find a spot and open until early 2019. Yeah.
So that changed until like early 2019 that you wanted to open, but realistically, with all the kind of the culmination of all these timeline, it ended up being later this year.
I would say this for anyone looking to open up a business is whatever price or cost you think it's going to cost, you better add a lot more onto that.
Yeah.
And your time frame, you also better add a lot more time onto that as well.
Yep.
Because you're dependent on like 5 different contractors, and you can't just call them up and be like, we're ready. Like, all right, well, we got other jobs. We're not just sitting around doing nothing. So like, plumber 2 weeks till he can get in, painter 3 weeks, you know what I mean? And it's like certain contractors can't do work till other contractors are done. So it's like, you wait. And I've had good experience with some of the contractors I worked with, and then there's some really bad ones where you can't get a hold of them. They say they're going to come on this day and they don't show up, you know, and like they need to show up so the next guy can show up and he's scheduled, but then that guy, you know what I mean? So you go through scheduling problems, and you know, some of your contractors are unresponsive. So, you know, I'm not going to put anyone in blast on this. I will say some great contractors I worked with was Dale from Braum Construction, like really good. He was great. Lobatch, who did the painting, was really good. The flooring guy, Jay, I forget the name of his company, was really good. But there's some not so good ones, which I'm not going to put on blast, but you kind of learn. And then the next business I plan to open, I kind of know who to work with.
Do you have your people set up?
Yeah, but I will say this. When I hired an interior designer, I thought they were going to kind of help me through the process of like telling me, okay, we drew up the plans. You probably want to contact the cabinet maker now. Mm-hmm. You probably want to contact this person now.
More of a quarterback, right?
Yeah, what's that?
More of a quarterback, yeah.
Because I've never opened a business before. I'm just learning as I go. I don't know anybody who's helping me. And so they weren't very helpful in that regard. So when I got the plans and I got the flooring done, I was like, I would reach out to them and be like, okay, we need to do the cabinets now. What do you do? I was like, they're like, oh, contact, here's some cabinet guys to contact. And then I contacted them, like, yeah, we can't do it for a month and a half. But I wish as soon as I got the plans drew up, she would have said, hey, you should probably start now contacting all these contractors to schedule things.
Here's the typical timeline.
Yeah. So that was kind of my fault for just being ignorant and not knowing.
But now you know.
Yeah, now I know that as soon as your plans get drawn up, you need to start contacting the guy who's going to build your shelves, your cabinets. You have to have a guy install your espresso machine. You need certain plumbing for that. Yep. So as soon as you get the plans and the city says go, contact everyone. And just start scheduling it right away.
Jump on it right away. Early yesterday, right?
Yeah, right away. And also, I want to say this about opening up a business, especially a brick and mortar one. You got to be very, very patient. So if you say it costs $100,000 to open a place, you better have a backup of like $30,000 or more to cover your payroll and to other expenses until the business gets to a point when it's profitable. Because if you spend all your cash and you need to be profitable right away, you're screwed. Because you have to spend money on Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Valpak coupons. Those sandwich boards I got are $200 a pop. I got 5 of those. And so, this location too is like, so many people don't know about it. I'm like, how'd you guys find out? We saw your ad on Instagram. That pulls really well. But that costs money, Right. Like, the baked goods that we have, it's probably costing $500 a month. We throw away and give away a lot of those that don't sell because they're good for like 2 days. Whatever doesn't sell, we give away or goes in the garbage. Or, sometimes taking in the food bank. So there's like, you cannot expect your business to be profitable right away.
Overestimate.
Yeah, you got to have way more cash.
Yep.
I couldn't even imagine if this was my only source of income, I would be forget it.
Yeah.
The stress.
Yeah.
The losing sleep. Like, I couldn't even imagine. And I always said I would never open a brick and mortar business unless I could sell online. Why would you nowadays? I do most of my shopping online. So to just open up a brick and mortar nowadays, also, we're way past the days where you just open up a store and click on the open sign.
Yep.
If you're not game with the social media, it doesn't matter if you like, love, or hate Instagram, you got to do it. Yep. Same with Facebook. If you want to mess with TikTok, Snapchat, you better be doing everything. Podcasts, YouTube channels, because no one's going to just come into your store to buy something they can get online delivered to their house.
Right. It's experience, right?
Yeah, so you got to know what's going on in the market and what people are doing and try to design your business around that, Right. So
you position yourself. One of the things I found really interesting was you have this whole idea of when things are going to happen. They don't happen that way.
Nope.
You underestimated what it was going to cost. But you did one thing really, really right, because all this it's going to work out.
Yeah.
That you've been through another business. Mm-hmm. One of the things I found fascinating was you circle back to this location, and it does. You're driving down Cordata, and you have the sandwich board out there. Yeah. But what you saw was Whatcom, and you saw the housing there. I think that's fascinating. Tell me more about like when you're searching for a location, picking a location based on amenities. What were the biggest components to this for you?
Well, obviously I mentioned organic foot traffic. You also have to know the nature of your business. I knew I could offset the lack of organic foot traffic with the fact that I'm selling on Amazon. So, like I said, I have an Amazon seller account for this store called Oddities LLC, which is my second Amazon seller account, which you have to get permission from Amazon if you open up a second one. But I knew I could build that up and make that profitable. So the company of Oddities is profitable. The store component of the company is not profitable yet.
Yeah.
But because I have the online to make money, and that's growing and building rapidly, that relieves the stress of, we're so dead today. How do we get more people in the door? So for me personally, because I'm selling online, I went with this location. If I didn't have an online option, I would never open a store here. It'd be insane.
Yeah.
Why would you? You'd want to be in Fairhaven or downtown Bellingham.
Right.
Those are the prime locations because that's where you get all the foot traffic, the college students, the tourists in Fairhaven, all that. Mm-hmm. Tourists aren't really coming here.
Right.
There's a Department of Licensing. A tourist from out of town is not going here.
Right.
They're not going to the medical center.
There's only angry people going there, right?
They're not coming to buy furniture if
Yeah.
they don't live here. So you're getting mostly local. So that you have to keep that in mind. Like, what is your business? Also, if you open up, say, a gym,
mm-hmm.
it's really hard to scale a gym if you're just because you're dependent on just people coming to the gym to work out.
Right.
You can't sell online unless you maybe have some YouTube or Instagram where you're a personal trainer and you're doing something there.
Right.
But if you open up a gym in a bad location, you're just screwed. Like,
Right.
how are you going to scale that up? But here, if you open up a brick and mortar, you could sell online. And so you're not as dependent on the online traffic.
Yep.
So you need to keep that in mind. Like, what's the nature of your business? Can you scale it up?
Right.
And how could you do it? Maybe if you did have a gym, you have personal trainers and maybe you have them do some coaching on IG or YouTube, or maybe you even have them go to people's houses and you
Like personal training.
Yeah, you can have membership
Yeah.
tiers where it's like, all right, $35 a month to come work out. $100 a month, you get a personal trainer to come to your house or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you have to get creative. You have to think creatively. Like, those two things I just came up with off the top of my head. But those aren't terrible ideas, you know, and I got some other ideas I'm cooking up for the store as well, like different promos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to get creative with how you market and what you do in your business, you know?
Right.
And always just test and try things.
So you're saying being willing to try things and fail, and understanding that that's just, it's not failure, it's more so testing the game
Mm-hmm.
and tweaking.
And not falling in love with your ideas. Like, it's all just test. Like, we did free gift wrapping for Christmas.
Yeah.
It was a dud.
Yeah.
We did some.
Yeah.
But, you know, we had sandwich board signs printed that we put on our sandwich boards out there. We did paid IG ads. We had sign holders. We thought, you know, most businesses, no one does really free gift wrapping.
Yeah.
So we'll do it. Maybe it'll attract some customers. Didn't do much.
Yeah.
So, okay, we tried, failed. No big deal, whatever. We just keep trying what hits, what
Fail
hits,
forward
what hits,
is what
what
you're
hits.
saying?
Yeah, also, we only have, I mean, at this point, we only have like 160 something followers on Instagram. So doing a promo, we're only 100, you know, we're doing paid ads too, where more people can see it. But also, if you try something and it fails, it doesn't mean it failed because it sucked. It just means you might not have a big enough following yet.
Yeah.
A year from now, if we try again, maybe it'll be a bigger hit when we have, let's say, 500 or 1,000 followers.
Or it might not be to the right audience.
Yeah, you just never know. So don't do a promo and then it doesn't work, like that sucks. You have to keep in mind, well, how many people are following us? What was their demographic? What day did we do it on? What
Right.
season did we do it on? Was the offer not good enough? You have to keep these in. So don't just try something and be like, it doesn't work. Well, you get more in depth on it. I would say this, whatever promo you do, you need to provide value to your customer. I don't like the whole 20% off gimmicky thing. We do it, but you need to really give value to people. That's why I did a coupon on Instagram where it said, show this to the barista, get a free espresso drink. Like, that's literally all you had to do. Or buy one, get one free. We do a movie clip on Instagram every Monday where the first person to name the movie it's from gets a week of free coffee. We're about to do a treasure hunt. I got a treasure chest over there. We got hundreds of dollars in coins in there. I got like, this is the first time I've talked about it, but we got like $600 diamond earrings we're putting in there. I got other businesses donating stuff to it. We're gonna do 90 free espresso drinks we're gonna put in there, and we're gonna hide it and give away clues, generate some buzz and some noise. But that's dope because it's free.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy a ticket. You don't have to come in and buy a coffee to get a clue.
Yep.
But it creates hype and it
Yep.
creates excitement, and then people follow you. And that way, then when you do a promo, we're like, we got 20% off. More eyes are gonna see it.
Right.
So it's just thinking outside the box. When you see cool shit that you like when I watch a YouTube video where they're doing a blindfold taste test of burritos or whatever, it's like, well, why can't we do that?
Yeah.
Why don't we just do a sign that was like, hey, one of the things we're gonna do is like, we'll give you a free product to just have, but you have to come on our YouTube channel and do a product review of it.
Yeah.
And so that's something we're gonna do. We could do something where we get sign-ups for people that want to do a food tasting contest where we blindfold them, and then we get bagels, donuts, burritos, whatever from the businesses around town for free because we're going to put your business on blast. You guys come in blindfold. The first one that can name which burrito place or which cookie, which bakery this cookie came from gets $100 gift certificate.
Yep.
And then what happens?
It's all value. It's all
value.
Yeah.
You're providing value for free. And then what happens organically? These people who are in the contest or win the chest are going to tell all their friends about it.
Yep.
They're going to blast it on their IG.
Yep.
You're going to get a following, and people are going to be like, Like we're doing a monthly giveaway. The first one we did was an Xbox One, where no purchase necessary. We give away Xbox One. Now we're doing a Stranger Things Lego set, which was like $200 Lego set with a couple other things.
These are all things you've found through algorithms from your other business.
Well, these products here, I'll tell you how we
tell me about novelty products.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you how we're doing this giveaway. And so what happens is we spend a lot of money every month on inventory that we sell on Amazon. Mm-hmm. We use it all. We buy it all with credit cards, and then we pay them off every month. Because of that, I get like an insane amount of rewards points that I can then use for free inventory, like thousands of dollars a month. So like this marketing that I'm doing, where we're literally giving away $100 items, it costs me nothing. The Xbox One I got for free. That $200 Lego set I got for free. The next giveaway we're doing after we draw this one on the 13th is a PlayStation 4. It cost me nothing because I just use my points to buy the product off Amazon for free, and they ship it, and it's free. A lot of the inventory in the store is free because my main business, we spend over $100,000 a month on inventory. So imagine the amount of credit card points you get.
Lots. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
So like I said before, having a main business that's already successful has allowed me to do all this stuff that other businesses can't compete with, because they can't give away the coffee. It would be very expensive every month for they to spend all this money and stuff. So by having that has allowed me to do this. And so a lot of the stuff that we give, these giveaways that once a week we're also doing a giveaway where you tag a friend and follow us, we'll give away an item. Like the items I'm giving away are all free. They cost me nothing.
But they're valuable. They're valuable items.
Yeah. But that's how you generate buzz, and then people tell their friends I won. I'm like, oh shit, I want to follow them.
Yeah.
And then they start follow, and then you got people coming in, and then so to provide value to your customers, try to find a way to give away stuff. If you own a business, you should be putting everything on your credit card and just paying off your balance in full every month. Use those points to then just give away shit you get for free. It costs you literally nothing.
Right.
But you have to get creative. Another promo we tried is hold a sign for us for 4 hours, and we'll just give you a month worth of free coffee. It costs me a lot less to do that than to actually pay somebody.
Wow.
Because it's like $13.50 an hour plus employer tax. It's like literally like $15-16 an hour. So, but the coffee costs me like not that much, so it's cheaper for me to spend, hey, free coffee, come hold a sign. But get creative with that stuff.
Right.
You don't have to pay. Just so many things you can do to just get creative with your giveaways.
Yep.
But provide value is the main thing, and you have to really brainstorm on whatever bit. Just so many things you can do.
So what you've done is instead of starting out with that business, your first business being the main focus, and the value coming from there, that's your income from there, and that actually is the source of all of the inventory for this business. And then it allows you to have the coffee at here.
Yeah.
And the coffee is really the one thing that you're working on becoming profitable about, right?
Yeah, well, just the store in general. We have a pretty big monthly nut we have to hit. And I like to talk about numbers, because a lot of times when you're hearing business owners or anyone being interviewed, they don't give numbers, and people are always curious, well, what does it cost to open a place like this? Right. How much money are you spending on inventory to have the credit card points to do this, or to have... And it's always something, a lot of people get uncomfortable talking about money, but I'm more than happy to be open and talk about it because it's important information. And you'll see guys like Elon Musk who will talk about, how he had to borrow money to pay his rent after he sold PayPal and put all his money in SpaceX and Tesla. It's important to talk about the financial side of things. People get weird about it, but I'm very comfortable. Like our monthly nut here, we have to make at least just to cover I think, rent and employees. We're looking at like $250 to $300 a day, just to cover the rent and one employee after you factor in the employer taxes and everything. So that's a pretty big monthly nut you have to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And any profit you make, you think, oh, well, we made this profit, but then you got to pay tax on that.
Right.
It's really, really hard. It's really, really hard. And having a business should be really hard, because to have the potential of something that's going to make you a lot of money, it can't be easy or everyone's going to do it. And I like to test. It's like, either I'm good enough to succeed or I'm not. Yeah. And that's fair. And that's why the world is fair in terms of business.
Absolutely.
Because there's no shortcuts, you can't cheat. Either you're good enough or you're not. And if you're not, you fail, and you deserve to fail. Because otherwise, there's no value.
Right.
So I could fail, or I could succeed. We'll see. We haven't even been open 2 months yet. So in that respect, I love the game.
Yeah.
Like, it is a game. Like, are you good enough?
You're totally playing the game. I love it.
Yeah. Are you creative enough? Innovative? If things aren't working out, are you able to solve it? It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, and if I fail, I deserve to fail. because I just wasn't good enough.
So
and it's okay.
So what's the vision? So if you've been open for
almost 2 months.
Almost 2 months. Okay. What's your 1 year vision? What's your 5 year? What's because I know you talked about continuing to fold over into the next business. Tell me more about what's your vision for this year.
Well, all my hours, all my effort is 100% devoted to building up the Oddities company and making this profitable. The second this is profitable to the point where I can then hire people to do the work, I'm out and I'm on to the next business. So 2020 is all that. I mean, I told you before, my main Amazon business, people are running it for me. 100 hours a week are in this right now. Until this is profitable, this is where I'm focusing 100% of my attention. It could take a year, it could take 2, or maybe I don't become profitable at that. It will always be profitable because of the Amazon component. Like I said, that's just going to grow.
But if you isolate, you're talking about isolating this particular
store,
brick and mortar store.
This has to be profitable.
Yep.
And I don't know. 3 years from now, when my lease is up, if it's not profitable, will I stay open, or I couldn't do it? Close the doors. The Oddities Amazon account will always be profitable enough that even if this isn't profitable, I could still stay open if I wanted to. But so that's what I'm devoted on right now, is this, buying up rental property as an investment, of course. And then I have the next business. I have a really good vision for the next business I'm planning to open.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I don't want to say what it is yet.
Don't say it.
But I think if anyone's looking to open up a business, one thing you need to think about, when can you take that already exists and make it different? I'm not saying no one in history has ever done a coffee shop retail store, like Barnes & Noble, like Whole Foods, like a lot of stores have that component. Right. None that are strictly retail. But I'm in a unique situation, like I said, because of my Amazon business. I could do this really cheap and do things other competitors can't. But whatever your business is, if you're opening up a gym, a florist company, like I don't care what it is, you need to say, how can I do it different than what already exists? If you look at products, I do private labeling. I'm actually going to China in April to the Canton Fair. It's a giant fair over there. I do have products made. The products I have made that I sell on Amazon, you basically look, what is already selling really well on Amazon? How can I make it a little bit better or a little bit different? And then offer that up to the consumer. One of the things you could do, and I'll sidetrack for a second and come back. On Amazon, if you're looking for a product to make or launch, you find a product that's selling really well, and then you read the consumer comments. They're like, I wish it had this, I wish it had that, I wish it lasted this, I wish this didn't break. And then you think, oh, is there any products on Amazon like that? Nope. Then you find the product, a company to make it for you overseas. They make it, and then you launch it on Amazon, and that's it. Yeah. So the same mentality can apply to any business you're opening. Why can't I deliver coffee to these apartments and the student housing? Why can't I do that? Why don't I have a coffee delivery service locally, right? Just in this little tiny area. I'm not saying I'm going to be like the next Uber because coffee's going to get cold. You can't. But what if it's like just close?
Right.
Why can't I do that? Like, why can't I have another idea, which I don't want to blast out on here, but you just have to get creative with your marketing and advertising, especially in this day and age where there's so much noise. We're bombarded. Podcasts, YouTube, there's so much ads coming at us that we're desensitized. So you have to really step up your game and provide value and do some dope shit that other businesses aren't doing. One of the things I did before I opened up this coffee shop is I followed all the other coffee shops, and everyone's kind of doing the same thing. Here's a picture of our espresso latte mocha. Here's a picture of our barista pouring the milk. Cool.
Yeah.
But every coffee shop in the world is doing that. How's that any different? Like, how can you stand out if you're just doing the same exact thing?
It doesn't matter how high the quality of the photo is. It's still the same thing.
Who cares? You're just making noise.
Yeah.
But what if you're like, hey, this is free to the first 10 people that tag and follow us and tag a friend.
Yeah.
This is free for like a week. That's cool. That's providing value. But if you're just like, here's our coffee, cool. Everyone's so desensitized. I'm on IG. I'm an addict. I'm just like, cool. I can barely watch a video or read anything. I'm just like, shh. Because I got the ADD thing that everyone has now because we're so desensitized.
Yeah.
So if you're going to post some shit, you need to provide value. Like, hey, this shit's free. Just tag us and come get it.
Yeah.
That's a cool ad. So you just have to think in those terms. What are all the other gyms doing? What are all the other bookstores doing? I don't know. Is there any book delivery services? If you're Barnes & Noble, if you're Village Books, I don't know. Can you figure out a way to deliver books?
And monetize it.
Can you give away books? Like, can you... I don't know. I've never even thought about it to this now, but whatever your business is, you got to provide value and do things differently. If you're just going to be the next coffee shop, who cares? unless you're in like this prime location that you just stumbled upon, you know, and you got in. Woods Coffee on Boulevard Park in the summer is killing the game.
Yeah.
Because they're the only thing there.
Right.
So they don't need to do shit. We're just here.
Pretty decent location.
Yeah, good location. You nailed it.
Yeah.
You know, but that's rare.
Right.
And it's hard to find an opportunity like that. Like I noticed they were building up this road here. They're building up that new park.
Right.
When I saw that, I contacted my real estate agent. I'm like, is that all the city? Is there a room to put like a little coffee shop, a little kiosk? I tried to copy Wood's example. This is as before this was even open. And I couldn't afford. I wouldn't be able to afford to do 2 businesses at once, but I could take on a partner or investor or contact.
You figure it out. It's the right idea. You figure it out.
Yeah, but you just need to be thinking.
Yeah.
Where's construction happening? Where's the opportunity? And kind of what I just talked about. Can you deliver stuff? Can you give it away? You got to think outside the box of just, we have a brick and mortar store. Here's our IG ad every day. Come get it. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
No one cares about that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, and what you've done with this space is really cool. Tell me a little bit more about some of the different products. Are these a lot of local products, or mix a blend of local and kind of natural products too?
Yeah, we do have some local Sea Witch Botanicals, which is local, purely Northwest. We're the only store that they sell their products in. They sell on Amazon as well, but we sell their stuff. We got some other local stuff which I can't think of off the top of my head. When I'm sourcing these products, a lot of them just come from companies that we got set up with, wholesale accounts.
Through your connections with these companies through Amazon.
Yeah, through Amazon. Yeah. So I have workers overseas that look for products that sell well on Amazon, and then they put them in an Excel spreadsheet. They're like, this product sells well, this company makes it. They send it to my assistant, who's also my account manager. She then contacts the companies to set up wholesale accounts. So when she does that, if anything is a cool company that looks like it'd be quirky or new, we try to aim for products that you can't find in Walmart and Target.
Yep.
So we try to change it up and get like novelty, gift, weird, quirky things that are a little bit different. We had a lot of people come. This is surprising too. This is why I'd say you need to try different things. We had steampunk stuff we started carrying.
Cool.
I got some, which is something I didn't think much about, but this company we have an account with sells steampunk stuff, so we kind of.
And for our listeners, just tell me a little bit more about steampunk. I know steampunk barely, but it's a style, right?
It's a style that's kind of what would you call it? They try to take like industrialized type things like monocles and like gears, and they combine it onto like skulls and different animals, and just try to make it. I don't know how you modern, but also industrialized.
Wild West,
type
like
of look.
with Will Smith.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, and so. Surprisingly, though, that did really well. During Christmas, I had customers come in saying, we can't find this stuff anywhere in Bellingham. My wife, girlfriend, whatever is really into this.
Yeah.
And so when you're buying products for a store, it's really hard to get outside your own head, because you might look at something and be like, no one's going to buy this. Like, who would want this?
Except for the people that do.
Yeah. So then you just, even if you don't like it, you just buy it and try it out. And it hits or it doesn't. And if it doesn't hit, one thing that doesn't hit in this store is diffusers and essential oils.
Why is that?
Whatever. I have no idea.
They hit really well.
Sold zero.
Right? Yeah.
The whole time I've been open, we sold like one Happy Wax USB thing. I'm trying to flip these things on OfferUp and Facebook marketplaces right now. Can't even give these things away. But then you get weird things that just sell like crazy, and you're like, really? So you never know. So that's what I talk about. You just try and test everything and see what hits and what doesn't. And I'm not afraid to talk about like the failures. It's important, because so many business owners or people, they want to just get on there and talk about their, and you ask them, how you doing, and they don't want to tell you about the failures.
Yeah.
Because the store's not profitable right now. I'll tell everyone that we're not making money. The store's losing money every single day, except for maybe 5 days we've made money. I'm not worried about it though. Like, we're building it. It's new. I don't expect it to be a success overnight.
It takes time.
Yeah, and so we'll see what happens. But
so what I find fascinating is you take a spreadsheet of all of the top hitting products online, and that's why they're some of those bizarre items.
Yeah.
You can't find anywhere else on Walmart.
Yeah.
Target, eBay. Well, maybe eBay some places, but point being, you have a constantly moving inventory of these products, and they're changing, right? And you have direct access to them.
Yes.
And they come here, and this is where you can find it.
Yeah. Yeah, and
that's awesome.
every week we're getting into new stuff. You don't want to keep your inventory stale, because if someone comes in, I tell a lot of people that shop here, I'm like, they'll shop, whatever, buy something or not. I always tell them, hey, we're changing up the inventory every week. We're always getting new things. Because if they come in and look around, they might not come back to like, I know that place, I know what they have.
Right.
So I tell people, we're always changing. And when we get new products, I'm always posting them on Instagram. And back to the coffee thing, because I kind of bash people that have coffee shops that just post the Instagram thing. We do some coffee posts, but we try to do funny videos or things that are a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like, I'll post pictures of cats or dogs and be like, Monday morning we're open 8 a.m. come get our coffee type of thing. It's not just a picture of a coffee cup.
Right.
It's something cute, a cute animal video that's going to hold their attention a little bit longer and potentially get a follow. Because if you're just scrolling through Instagram on the Explore feature and you're seeing coffee shop cups of coffee, why would you click on that post to view it? Well, you've never seen a cup of coffee before? Yeah. You know what it is. Why would you follow that account? You'd be like, cool, another coffee shop with a cup of coffee. Why would I follow? But if it's like some cute, funny cat dog video or something quirky or weird, then you might get a follow off that, or you might get more engagement. And if your post is like, oh, here's cats and dogs, and it says free coffee, you're like, oh shit, what?
Yeah, what do you mean? What do I do? What do I have to follow to get that free coffee?
I want to say this too. If you have a business and you're not doing Instagram or Facebook, you are failing.
You're going to die.
You're losing.
Yeah.
People get romantic and they only want to do the things they enjoy doing in a business. You can't be that way. Like, where's consumer attention? Everyone's staring at their phone. Instagram,
60
Facebook,
seconds
YouTube.
or less.
I just want to say this right now. I thought about this. Like 100 years ago, if you had a business product or service, you would have to be on the radio, do a radio ad, or the newspaper.
Yeah.
Because why? That's where consumer attention was. That was the social media of the day. Then the TV came out, commercials, which were expensive.
No
You'd
phones,
have to
by the
pay.
way. At that time,
Yeah.
TV, no phones.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then the TV became the focus of consumer attention. So if you had a product, business, or service and you could afford it, you'd have to hire a movie crew and actors and all this shit. Most people couldn't. You get a commercial, right? Then the internet came along. You could do paid banner ads, emails. Then YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, podcast. For the first time in history, if you're a business owner, you sell a product or a service, you can literally have a YouTube channel for free. All you need is a camera. And you can now sell your product, business, or service on YouTube. Instagram is free.
Yeah.
So you can just shoot a video for free to advertise what you're selling or offering. Podcasts are pretty inexpensive to shoot and do. So for the first time in history, you now own your own movie studio with YouTube. You have your own podcast, which you can kind of call your own radio station if you want. And you can do Instagram, which is basically a movie studio in your phone, on your phone. First time in history you can advertise your product, business, or service for free and you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Why, if I came to you when it was only TV and I said, you should sell your product, your business, or your service on a commercial, and it's totally free, it costs you nothing. And you're like, nah, not TV. I don't watch TV, I'm not doing it. What? It's like the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
But millions of people are staring at this box, you're not going to put your product, your business, or service on there? But that's what that is. So you get this generation of people who don't go on Instagram. They're like, oh, I'm not on social media. But then they have a product or business or service they're trying to sell. You're losing. You're missing the point. Like, it's cool. You don't like it, but guess what? That's where your consumers are.
They like it, and they're probably addicted to it.
Your clients. It doesn't take much either.
Yeah.
Like, you could be smart about it. Like, say you're a massage therapist. You don't just have to post massage shit. Like, here I am hiking, skiing, getting drinks. Here's a post on, I'm a massage therapist. Here's a post like, hey guys, I just want to tell you about, if you've been in an accident or you got injured, I just worked with someone. I was able to relieve a lot of their pain because they had this injury from a car accident. If you're interested or if you have any problems yourself, shoot me a DM. Or if you want to call me, let's talk. Free consultation, I'll see if I can help you out. You wouldn't do that? It's free. Why wouldn't you do that? Instead, they're not going to do Instagram. They're just going to click on the open sign and just hope they're successful. It's insane to me. So people need to ask yourself, it doesn't matter about you being, imagine if you're like the CEO of like Walmart, Target, or any company, and you tell the owner or whatever, or the board, like, no, we don't do Instagram or Facebook, I don't like it. I don't do it myself, my personal life, so I'm not gonna do it. It's insane.
Yeah.
So you're failing. So if you have anything you're selling, you gotta be on there. And you gotta post frequently.
Yep. How often do you post?
Every day, multiple times a day.
How many times what's your your average?
A minimum of 2 to 6.
Yep.
I try not to do too many story posts. On my podcast, I talk shit about that. Your stories shouldn't be a caterpillar of Instagram. No one wants to, because me personally, when I'm going through someone's story, after 3 or 4, I know where it's going. I skip you.
Yeah.
If you're posting you out on the woods or dining out or playing with your kids, I'll watch the first one, cool. Second one, cool. I'll steal your kids. I'm done. Next.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna post the same shit forever. I think everyone has ADD, so we try to make our posts fast and quick. Because I have a 19-year-old daughter, she's got ADD like crazy.
Yeah.
And I have it too because I'm on there all the time. People want fast and quick.
Yeah.
So I try to put things that are going to hook you and keep you, and it has to be fast.
Yeah.
So every day.
Value.
Yes, and value. So that's the key. You got to post consistently all the time. But provide value. I don't care what your business is. You can provide value to your consumers for free. People might have heard what I said earlier and be like, oh, Sal, well, you spend all this money and you get free shit that you can give away. I can't do that. It doesn't matter what you do. Maybe you're a florist. You could be like, hey, if anyone has any questions, hit me up. Or if you got this coming up, it's Valentine's Day. I know all the florists, Safeway.
Becoming an expert, right?
Yeah, they jack all the prices up on flowers. I'll tell you what, guys, if you were looking to buy flowers for Valentine's Day, go ahead and tag 10 friends and follow me. I'll give you guys flowers at cost or whatever.
Yeah.
A huge discount. Like, it doesn't consult people for free. Like, you guys have a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I have a podcast. If anyone, it's like, hey guys, if you're interested in starting a podcast or you want to know anything about it, just hit me up. I'll help you out.
Yeah.
You can do so many promos for free just by giving your time away for free to people, so that you don't need money. There's so many things you can do for free. If you provide value, that's how you build loyalty and you get customers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not your stupid 20% off coupon. You know what I mean? So you have to think outside the box.
So tell me about the podcast. You started the podcast when you started the business?
Yeah, I was always planning to do it
Yeah.
when I launched this. So we do a thing.
What's the mission of it? Who are you having on the show?
So the mission is
Tell me
this.
about
The
it.
reason how we tied it in is I thought, brick and mortar business, what can we do? So we started the podcast. I tell everyone, if you submit questions to the podcast and we read and answer your question on the podcast, we'll give you a $30 Amazon gift card. We'll give you free coffee for the store, and we'll give you a free gift certificate for the store as well. So we have that posted on that board there. We need to promote it a little bit more, but the whole idea is to get people to view the podcast, to submit questions to win free shit. So then they have to come into the store to redeem it. Maybe they see something and they impulsively will then buy. But if you win something, you're typically going to then tell your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, employees, like, oh, guess what, babe? I just won 30 of that. Or where? Oddities. What? What's that? Where is that? Oh, this is a cool store. It's over here. Really? Oh, I'm going to follow them. I'll check them out now. Or you tell your friend, David, I just submitted a question and I got that. Like, I'm going to do that. Like,
it's like calling to the radio show.
Yeah. And so then if you build up a following, when I then launch new products from China, or I have a new product in the store, hey guys, guess what? New product just launched. We're giving it away 50% off or free. First 10 people that do this or that. We're just building an audience. We're doing that by providing value. What is providing value? Where you're giving away shit for free. That's what it's all about. Give it away for free, and then you're going to build an audience and a following. Then when you do run your sale, you have a built-in audience that you've built.
And they're still at that point down the road, that audience is still getting a good deal, a good discount on one of the products.
It's providing value. Like when you just put up, we got 20% off, people are like, cool, don't really need anything, not going out of my way. Also, we kind of intuitively know you're just trying to get me. Like, I don't like Veterans Day sales. I think that thing really bothers me. I was never in the military. I have friends who were, and I haven't heard any military people complain about this. I feel like Veterans Day sales is just another day for companies and stores to make money. It's like, even if they give you 20 or 30% off, they're still making money off your purchases.
Correct.
They're not doing shit for veterans, unless they're donating a portion of the proceeds to, like, you know, Wounded Warriors or something like that. They're not doing shit. They just want your money.
Yeah.
But they use the veterans as a hook to just sell shit. I will never do that on Veterans. Like, Veterans Day will be me giving away free coffee to veterans. But I'm not even sure how I got down this road. What we were talking about, remind me.
We're just talking about, so it's the hook with the free products, and then down the road, they come back and they actually get things at a discount.
Just being authentic is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, it's sure, Veterans Day, you're going to get more people because it's a day to shop. But I won't do it. I don't like it. I think it's bullshit. And a lot of people intuitively know you're just trying to get me to spend money in your store. I don't like stuff like that. But I like stuff where you provide value. And it's clear that you're providing value when you're just giving away stuff to your customers and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. That's how you have to do it. Provide value. Just be different. You know, you can't just do the coupon thing. Like, really, really go for it. Especially if you're a new business, you have to set yourself aside from everyone else that's already established.
Right.
So, but that's the funnest part for me, is just brainstorming on new ads, new promos, and seeing what works.
You get to do that because this is your world.
Yeah.
And that's the best part. So for people that are maybe some kids at Whatcom, Western, coming up through the ranks, whatever they are, they're young aspiring entrepreneurs. You already have a successful business. You have another business that's growing. What are your words of wisdom for somebody that's wanting to start a business but is like, I don't know how to. I have $300. What do I do with it?
This is good.
Yeah.
A couple things I want to say. Do not spend your money on these stupid books and books are okay. Webinars, training programs, horseshit conferences. I'm on Facebook groups with people. I don't check Facebook as much as I used to because I'm late in the game. I mean, I've been in the game a long time, so I don't go back. When I first started, I was part of Facebook groups to try to learn the business of selling on Amazon. I see new people every day, though, popping up on Facebook. There's this $3,000 program I'm thinking about buying to teach me how to sell on Amazon. There's this $1,000, $500 wholesale program showing me how to get started doing wholesale. Do not buy that shit, please, anybody. I tell you this, all the information you want to learn just about anything is free on the internet, on YouTube or podcast. Save your money, learn by doing. If you only have $300, do not buy some bullshit webinar or course. Go watch some free YouTube videos. So if you got $300, there's so many videos. I don't even know the current ones. Go on YouTube and just
type in exactly what you want to find.
Reselling, garage selling, how to flip, thrift stores,
wholesale arbitrage, or whatever.
Wholesale arbitrage, how to sell on Amazon. Thousands of hours of free shit. And there's nothing you're going to learn from a conference you can't learn for free. Save your money, use it to invest. In the 6.5 years I've been doing this, I've never been to a single conference. I never bought a single book. I never went to a single webinar. No one has taught me anything. I just watched YouTube videos for free. So take your money, I don't even care what business it is, learn by doing. Go, learn what to look for and what to buy. Buy it, try to sell it. If it doesn't sell, you think, why? If you're part of a Facebook group, you can even say, hey guys, I bought this, it didn't sell, any insights would be appreciated. There you go. There's your guru right there. You don't need to pay somebody. So stay away from stuff like that. Being a business owner and entrepreneur is the same as being an artist, a dancer, a professional athlete, a singer. There's innate talent that you're born with, like if you're a singer or an athlete, and either you have it or you don't. Like I stay in my lane. I'm not athletic. I'm not going to be in the Olympics. I can't paint, I can't dance, I can't sing, I'm not good at math. I stay in my lane. Just because business might seem appealing because you can make a lot of money, be your own boss, be an entrepreneur, blah, 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 blah. If it's not your passion and you're not a purebred entrepreneur, it's just like me trying to go make my living singing or playing professional football or something.
So you're going to sing, right?
Yeah, right? I'm about to start.
Yeah.
Self-awareness is huge.
Yeah.
You have to know. It's like going to college and picking a degree out of thin air because engineers make a lot of money or computer programmers, but you hate sitting in front of a computer. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you have to know yourself. Also, if you're not sure if you would like it, just try. And if you fail or it doesn't work out for you, then go try something else. So you have to know yourself. Like, what do you gravitate towards? As a kid, I would sell baseball cards at school. I was always looking at multi-level marketing companies. When my friends wanted to just go out and like party and play, I was always obsessed with how am I going to make money. That's, for whatever reason, that's what I was drawn to. And I was always trying to hustle as a little kid to make money. That was me. I wasn't obsessed with sports. I wasn't obsessed with art. I didn't care about those things, but that was my passion, and that's what I grew into. So you have to know what your passions are. So don't just go into being a business owner, an entrepreneur because it's cool or it looks like fun. You can't work hard for 3 weeks or 4 weeks and then take 2 weeks off and go fuck around. This is 7 days a week, all day, every day. And early on when I was selling on Amazon the first year or two, I had a buddy and I was like, he was also selling on Amazon. Like, what's up, man? You going out this weekend to source? Meaning we're going to go around the stores and scan stuff, right? It's like, yeah, man, I'm going to go here and here. And I'm like, cool, man. Right on, let's do it. And then Monday, I'm like, what's up? How would it go? He goes, oh, my friend's birthday party was on Friday. This is in Portland. We went downtown to the bar, and then I was hungover on Saturday. I didn't get around to it, and then Sunday, da-da-da. Right there in my mind, I knew, I'm like, you'll never make it. Because I knew I would rather skip my friend's party or show up and have a drink or two and quickly peace out. Because I knew I had to get up at 6 a.m. to go garage sailing, to hit all the good shit. And because I wanted it so bad that I did not care about anything else. It's all I wanted to do. So if you're the type of person who's going to easily, your friend hits you up, what's up, let's go do this. You're like, all right, and you just fuck off your plans to grow your business, you're done. You'll never make it. I remember the first warm day of spring or summer a couple years ago, and I'm working 80 to 100 hours a week. I'm standing in my office in my house. It's like 70-something degrees out. The birds are chirping. I know people are at Boulevard Park. They're hiking. They're out doing fun summer shit. My sales were slow. My business wasn't where I wanted it to be. I'm like, fuck it. I'm staying at work all day. I don't care. Because the average person would be like, it's summer. It's nice. I'm out of here. I'll do this later. And I also know I want to be successful so bad. I'll sacrifice everything to get it. When I lived in my parents' house for 2.5 years as a broke college student, I had one friend that I hung out with once a month to go watch the UFC fights, and lived like 15 minutes away from me because I'm a huge UFC fan. I waited tables, and when I wasn't waiting tables, I would work. I'd wake up Friday and Saturday morning at 6, hit all the garage sales on Friday, go to work at 10:30, work a double, wake up Saturday, go garage selling again, work another double. Sunday I'd pack up all my shit, Monday I'd get it sent out, and then I'd spend the whole week finding new inventory online. I dated one girl in 2.5 years for a month and a half and broke up with her because I didn't think it was going to work. All I did from the age of like 32 to 35 was live at home in a tiny little room. I slept on a futon when it was completely out, there was no room for you to even walk. That's how small this room was. So from the age of 32 to 35, I said, fuck it, this is what I'm doing. Most people don't have that discipline. They're like, I gotta get the hell out of here, you know what I mean? But I wanted it so bad because I knew I could do it, because I already got a little taste. I'm like, this could be huge. So you gotta be able to make those sacrifices. And if you can't, so you have to know yourself. It's the discipline and just the consistency of work. And if you're not passionate, you can't do it. Like, I took piano lessons before in the past, and I've always fantasized about learning to play the piano, the guitar, the drums, but I know myself. I'm not disciplined enough where I would practice every day for 30 minutes, because even when I was learning the piano, I was staring at the clock. Is the 30 minutes over yet? At the 25-minute mark, I'm like, close enough.
Yeah, this is not it.
That's not my passion.
Yeah,
in my mind, I fantasized it would be dope to learn how to play an instrument. But in reality, I don't have the discipline or the passion for it. It's the same thing with business. You have to know yourself. Like, if you're the type of person that's like, I worked 6 hours, I worked hard, let's go have fun.
Yep.
Not for you.
Yep.
Not for you.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we love what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
So Instagram, Facebook, Oddities.
Yes, Oddities PNW on Instagram. The podcast is Oddities_podcast.
Yep.
If you want to watch or listen to the podcast, it's just Oddities Podcast on iTunes.
Yep.
It's got a little crow sitting on top of the name. If you want to listen, it's just Oddities Podcast on iTunes. So
subscribe, follow,
do all that stuff.
Check out all the free
Come
shit.
check out the store. But definitely follow us on Instagram because we give away free shit. So even if you're like, Sal sucks, I hate what he's saying, he's full of shit, I don't care. But if you want free coffee, if you want free merch, if you want to win free stuff, come check us out. You know,
if
we
you
have
want
to talk.
Cool rotating inventory that is incredibly priced, and you won't find anywhere else.
Yeah, come check us out, man. We appreciate the support, and that's
awesome.
Rosalie. So,
well, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.